Welcome to the module on basics of material testing. Today in this module we will be talking about the California bearing ratio test. This is one of the important tests as far as the construction of a road is concerned, or the approval of subgrade materials in the road construction is concerned. Based on California bearing ratio of the subgrade, only the pavement is being designed. The crust thickness is mainly depends upon the subgrade CBR value. Higher the CBR, lesser is the crust thickness, and lesser is the CBR, higher will be your thickness of the cross section of the road, or the crust thickness. That means if your CBR is less, you will end up paying more in the construction of the road. So for the same MSA, a higher CBR is preferable as compared to the lower CBR in terms of cost optimization of the construction of roads is concerned. So coming to the cross section of the road, if you see the cross section, it starts from subgrade, then subbase, road base, and then the asphaltic layers. CBR is generally being tested for materials which are suitable for the top layer of embankment, and then the subgrade layer and the subbase and the road base materials. So the whole road is being designed based on the CBR of the subgrade in general. So this is one of the important criteria and one of the important tests as far as the construction of the road is concerned, to determine or the value of California bearing ratio of the material which is being used in the construction of roadworks. Talking about the suitability of the soil for different elements like embankment and subgrade. In the previous modules, we have already discussed about the Proctor test, the free swelling index test, the liquid limit by Casagrande's apparatus, the plastic limit test, the grain size analysis. Now in this particular module, we will be detailing about the California bearing ratio test, or the CBR test commonly known as. So CBR test is being done as per IS 2720 part 16. This is a penetration test developed by California Division of Highways as a method for evaluating the stability of soil subgrade and other flexible pavement materials. It is a penetration test wherein a standard piston having an area of 3 inches, roughly 50 millimeters in diameter, is used to penetrate the soil at a standard rate of 1.25 millimeters per minute. The pressure up to the penetration of 12.5 millimeters and its ratio to the bearing value of the standard crushed rock is termed as the CBR of that particular material which is being tested. This is the typical arrangement of the CBR testing equipment, where you can see the plunger which is just touching the soil specimen in the mold. The diameter of the plunger is 50 millimeters. You have a surcharge weight surrounding the plungers. You have a proving ring on top of it, which is generally giving you the load which is being applied, and then a dial gauge of for measuring the penetration. So basically, if you see the CBR test, it is basically the load versus a penetration graph. Now, while doing the test, you need to keep your eyes open in order to record what is the load applied and what is the corresponding penetration value. That means 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. These are the penetration values. So corresponding to these penetration values, what is the load which is being applied is being noted down. Say 2.5, then 4, 5, then 7.5, and then 10, and then 12.5. So this is how at each point you measure you record the load, and then by using the formula we determine the CBR values. We will see in detail how the CBR is being tested using a standard procedure. Now the specimen in the mold is subjected to 96 hours of soaking. We also call it as a 4 days soaked CBR test. Why 96 hours? Because during this 96 hours, we also check the swelling characteristics of the soil by putting a dial gauge when they are actually soaked in the water tank. Swelling and water absorption values are noted during this period at regular intervals. Surcharge weight is placed on top of the specimen in the mold, and the assembly is placed under the plunger for the loading frame or the loading frame to understand what is the load applied, or the how much is the load taken, and what is the corresponding uh, penetration. So the load values corresponding to the penetration values of 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 7.5, 10 and 12.5. These are the standard penetration readings which are being noted, and corresponding to these penetration values, what is the load applied is being noted down during the CBR testing. Then we plot a load penetration graph, like in the x-axis you take the penetration values, and in the y-axis you take the load values. If you see the CBR testing equipment or the significance of the CBR, strength measures for unbound materials. It is a piston advances at a rate of 1.25 millimeters per minute, and it measures the load at 2.5 millimeter penetration. We know known as penetration load at 2.5 is P2.5. So CBR will be P2.5 by standard of P into 100 will give you the CBR value of the soil at 2.5 millimeter penetration. Similarly, at 5 millimeter penetration, P5 divided by P standard at 5 millimeter penetration multiplied by 100 will give you the CBR at 5 millimeter penetration. These are the standard values, standard P values like P2.5 standard and P5 standard, which are being used in order to determine the CBR of the soil at that particular penetration. Like for example, if the applied load at 2.5 penetration is P2.5 is observed, then it will be divided by 1370 to get the CBR at 2.5 millimeter penetration. Similarly, if you have observed a load at 5 millimeter penetration, then that load divided by 2055 will give you the CBR of the soil at 5 millimeter penetration. Coming to the curves, as you are aware that we need to plot the graph between the penetration and the load values. The normal curve is the convexity upward, and the loads corresponding to 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration values will be noted through the graph. Sometimes a curve with initial upward, that is concavity, is also obtained, and that is possible when you have not you have issues with the seething load of the plunger, or if the soil is a little soft on top and it's not taken the initial load, or sometimes you might have missed the zero correction of the plunger and the load applications, then possibly you will have a initial concavity is obtained, and under that condition a different approach is required to be adopted, which we will be discussing once we cover what is the normal CBR curve one has to look at, and then how the other curve, which is concavity upward, can be corrected and then plotted again to determine the CBR value at 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration. The bottom surface of the plunger or top surface of the soil specimens are not being truly horizontal. This is one of the cases of concavity, upward initial concavity issues. The plunger surface not being in full contact with the top of the specimen, that means you are getting the penetration, but you are not getting any load. That is the issue when you have the reverse like concavity upwards. And the top layer of the specimen being too soft or irregular in shape, so that the plunger is not actually taking any load, but you are having a penetration reading displayed through the dial gauge. If you see the graph, which is being generally plotted using the load penetration values of the CBR test, where the penetration values are taken in the x-axis and the loading values are taken in the y-axis, and you can see three different types of curves we can get. The one which is on the top, which is in pink color, is basically a wrong color because there must be something wrong with either the test or the instrument or the person who is actually doing the test. Maybe they have missed to record some of the loads at a particular penetration values, or there might be something wrong, because that is very fishy, and that type of graph can never come as far as CBR test is concerned. The second one, which is generally shown in the blue line, is the standard curve of CBR, and it has to have a initial increasing at a greater rate up to 5 millimeters, and thereafter it keeps smooth and almost on a straight line. So that is one of the reasons why we take the CBR value of 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration only, not more than that, even though you have the standard values for 7.5 millimeter penetration, 10 millimeter penetration and 12.5 millimeter penetration, but we check only for 2.5 millimeter penetration values and the 5 millimeter penetration values, because that is, if you see the curve, that is the maximum penetration by which you are observing the maximum load the soil can carry, and after the 5 millimeter penetration there is no much variation as far as the load carrying capacity of the soil is concerned. And the third curve, which is shown in the red line, where you have a concavity upwards, that means this is the issue when you have a penetration reading showing but you don't have a load, the corresponding load is not getting transformed into it to that rate or to that frequency. Now under these conditions, what happens is you need to have a correction in the sense like the point where the tangent has, where the curve has reversed, the point where the curve has reversed, at that particular point you need to draw a tangent, and the tangent will cut the x-axis at some point, and that will be your new normal, or that will be your new origin of the graph. Anyway, this we will be discussing in detail in the next graph, which is being covered in this particular module in detail, for doing the correction of the graphs which are basically concave upwards initially, or initially you don't have much load but you show the penetration values of the soil. If you see the interpretation of the CBR test results, the CBR values calculated as percentage of observed load to the standard load at 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration values. Normally CBR value at 2.5 millimeter penetration, which is higher than the 5 millimeter, is reported as CBR value of the material, and if the 5 millimeter penetration CBR value is higher than 2.5 millimeter penetration CBR value, then the test needs to be repeated, and in the repeat test also, if you get the same result, that means 5 millimeter penetration CBR value is higher than the 2.5 millimeter penetration CBR value, then the CBR value of the soil will be defined as corresponding to the 5 millimeter penetration CBR values only. So this is what is being explained in detail, like if the CBR value at 5 millimeter penetration is more, then the test needs to be repeated, and in the repeat test also, if you get the same results, then that will be reported as the CBR value of the soil samples. The average CBR of 3 test specimens is generally reported as the CBR of the samples under the test. Now coming to the curve correction part, as explained in the previous slides, the point in the graph where you see the actual change in curve, there you need to plot, there you need to draw a tangent, and the tangent, when it cuts the x-axis, that point will be your new 0 point, and from that point you need to again calculate what is the 2.5 millimeter penetration value and what is the 5 millimeter penetration value, and then corresponding to those 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration value in the original graph, you need to check what is the load which is being recorded corresponding to that penetration, and that load divided by the standard load will give you the percentage CBR for this particular type of soil. So if you have a reverse curve at the initial stage, no need to worry, rather you can apply the correction. By applying the correction, you can shift your origin, that is the 0 point, from original 0 to say around original plus 1 division or 10 divisions, and then the number of divisions by which the origin has been shifted, with the same number of divisions you need to shift your 2.5 millimeter penetration value and then the 5 millimeter penetration values, and corresponding to that 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration values, the load is being recorded as the load observed for 2.5 millimeter penetration and load observed for 5 millimeter penetration, and then the load observed divided by the standard load will give you the percentage CBR for that particular penetration, that is 2.5 and 5 millimeter penetration. And if it happens to have your CBR value of 2.5 millimeter penetration is higher, then probably you will declare that as the CBR value of that particular soil sample. And if it is 5 millimeter penetration is higher, then you need to repeat the test. And in the repeat test also, if you get the same results, that means your 5 millimeter penetration CBR will be higher for that particular type of soil. To summarize this module, we talked about the definition of CBR. We talked about the procedure to conduct the CBR test, which is basically the load versus penetration, how to plot the graph, how to correct the graph, and what are the controls required during the test, and what is the importance of the CBR test, because CBR tests are generally important in order to define the crust of the road, because this is the main load carrying capacity of your highways or expressways, and depending upon this load only, your complete durability of the road, if you say, or the performance of the road, you say, is dependent on. So you must ensure that your CBR is achieved and accurately observed, and generally CBR is observed or checked for 97% compaction at for subgrade, because subgrades are required to be compacted for 97%. Now why 97? Because if you are checking the CBR of the subgrade at 100% compaction, and in the field you are clearing the subgrade at 97% compaction, by reducing the compaction level your CBR also reduces. So you must know what will be your reduced level of CBR at 97% of compaction, and that is the reason why even the designers also take the 97% compaction CBR as the design value for the road, because that is the value which is going to be reflecting in the field. Thank you very much for watching. Do tune in for more updates.